Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. We continue our foray into Wrestling Challenge series here. This is 8/7, 1994. About a month away, a little less, from SummerSlam here. Not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. Head Shrinkers, Iron Mike Sharp, and Corey Stewart leads forward here, and I mean it's a rough time. 1994 certainly not the best time in the WWF by any stretch of the imagination. Head Shrinkers, Corey Stewart, and Iron Mike Sharp not exactly gonna write home or break any records by any stretch of the imagination, but some basic things here. They tie the man up, or Sharp up in the ropes. Kick to the midsection by the Head Shrinkers. Head Shrinkers, of course, still your tag team champions, as it were. Punch kick and the top rope splash. Leslie Nielsen does a comedy gimmick segment where it's just goofy. He's sitting inside an office looking for clues about the identity of the real Undertaker, and we see him kind of miss a shadow of what ends up could be the Undertaker. Tatanka has not officially turned heel, at least yet, but could go forward there if we wanted it to. Bam Bam Bigelow in an enhancement match first. Bam Bam Bigelow has, in fact, turned against or sided with Ted DiBiase, joining the $1 Million Corporation in previous months. Punch kick by Bigelow. Bigelow managing to kind of bounce around the ring like he has something going on. Bigelow also manages to get a couple of diving headbutts, both from the top rope and otherwise. Then we see $1 Million Man happy with the victory. We go forward into the foray here. We then move to Tatanka and Duane Gill, as mentioned before. Tatanka has not turned heel as of yet. However, takes Gill to the outside, bit more longer hair, hits a couple of chops after throwing his man over the top rope and to the arena floor. Big body slam by Tatanka, and manages to get the big elbow drop, followed by the Papoose to go, otherwise known as the Samoan drop, and a victory for Tatanka here. We then go to Gary Sawbaugh against Diesel. Gary Sawbaugh, otherwise known as the Italian Stallion. Diesel still your Intercontinental Champion, going forward into this foray of a contest here. And Diesel not willing to take a backward step. Hits a couple of jumps over onto the throat of Sawbaugh and manages to get a sidewalk slam and a big boot and a powerbomb and a win for his foray into trying to get things under his control. Paul Bearer and Bret Hart interviews for SummerSlam. Bearer hyping that he has contact with the real Undertaker. Bret Hart basically says he's going to eliminate his brother once and for all, whether he wants to or not. He's upset that it's come to this. Leslie Nielsen segment, not very good by any stretch of the imagination. There's a dead end sign hanging around him as he goes behind a graveyard, and ultimately it's goofiness that might appeal to an 8-year-old, does not appeal to an average person. The Bushwhackers up next with an enhancement match. Did not know they were here in the summer of 1994. Punches, kicks, gut busters, and basic maneuvers along the way. And ultimately the battering ram leads to a win for the Bushwhackers. Confrontation, Owen Hart, Jim Neidhart, Bret Hart interview on the podium. Owen basically says that Bret has treated him like the black sheep of the family. Neidhart says he treated him like the black sheep of the team when they were tag team in the Hart Foundation, and that at the end of the day, Bret is outnumbered but stands his ground as the world champion. We go to final match in the foray, which is IRS and John Paul. IRS managing to, basic stuff. Punch kick and clotheslines by IRS in the corner. IRS also hits the right off after a couple of guzzlings of the opponent, and that's where we go. We will be back with more right after this.